Can I tell you a secret? I spent 3 years pitching strangers. Thousands of emails, calls, and follow-ups before I realized I was doing it completely backwards. Every cold message I sent was destroying the one thing that actually makes clients pay premium prices and stick around long term: my positioning. See this glass of water? It represents the difference between chasing clients forever and having them chase you. And I'll show you exactly what I mean in just a second. But there's one critical mistake that kills this strategy before it even starts, and almost everyone makes it. But once I made the switch, I went from grinding through cold emails to 5,000 inbound leads per day, all organic. I've used this same positioning strategy working with companies like Google, Amazon, Meta, Adobe, Canva, Logitech, Snapchat, and TikTok. Companies that could hire anyone chose to work with me, not because I chased them, but because they sought me out. So in this video, I'm gonna give you the 5-step method I use to attract thousands of leads without spending $1 on ads, where clients chase you instead of the other way around. So here's what happens to most business owners when they're trying to get clients. They start with outreach, cold emails, cold calls, cold DMs, and at first feels like it's the only option. I mean, nobody knows you exist. You've got no reputation, no social proof, no inbound leads. So you start reaching out. You research prospects, you write personalized messages, you send follow-ups, and if you're persistent enough, it works. Kind of. You get a few responses, book a few meetings, close a few deals, but here's the problem. The more you do it, the more you realize that this approach doesn't scale because manual prospecting is a time for money trade. Every client requires hours of research and personalization and follow-up. According to recent B2B research, the average cold email conversion rate is 0.7%, which works out to 1 client for every 142 messages you send. But wait, it gets worse because open rates are dropping, and now only around 27% of cold emails even get opened, which means 73% get deleted without even being read. So you're working harder, sending more emails, making more calls, but getting less back in return. But here's what nobody talks about. The real cost isn't the time or the rejection, it's the positioning damage. See this glass of water? In nature, when predators are hungry, they've got 2 options. They can chase prey across miles of terrain, basically exhausting themselves, hoping to catch something, or they can control the watering hole. In the wild, every animal needs water to survive, and when you control the watering hole, the one resource everyone needs, they come to you. You don't chase, you just wait, you watch, and you choose. Spray and pray messaging is the equivalent of chasing prey. You're running after every potential client and hoping that they stop long enough for you to catch them. But even when you do finally catch one, you're exhausted, and they know that you needed them more than they needed you. That's the power dynamic, and it follows you into every conversation, every negotiation, and every pricing discussion. Essentially, you can't charge premium prices when you're the one doing the chasing. Now, here's the good news. You don't have to chase clients forever. There's a better way, and it comes down to one simple shift. Stop chasing prey, start controlling the watering hole. When you're the one that controls the watering hole, you're not hunting anymore. You're positioning yourself as the owner of something your ideal clients desperately need: expertise, solutions, results, transformation. And when you do that, they come to you. Not because you chased them, but because they need what you've got, and that changes everything. According to the same B2B research, inbound leads convert at 5 to 10%, not 0.7%. I'm talking 5 to 10%. That's 7 to 14 times better than pitching strangers, which means 7 to 14 times more money for what's essentially the same amount of work. And high intent inbound leads, the ones who come to you already thirsty, they convert at 75 to 80%. But again, it's not just about conversion rates. It's about the power dynamic. Because when someone comes to your watering hole, they see it differently. You're not a salesperson that's just randomly interrupting their day. You're the expert, the authority, the person who has what they need. Here's what's crazy. This isn't just business strategy. It's rooted in psychology. Research on social psychology shows that people value things more when they've got to work for them. And one of the most powerful forms of work is proving that you're worthy of something. Actually, let me be crystal clear about something. A lot of people think that the watering hole strategy is about playing hard to get, being arrogant, and making people jump through hoops. But that's not what this is. Real positioning happens when you genuinely have something valuable, you make it accessible, and you let the right people come to you naturally. It's not manipulation. It's alignment. Stanford research on scarcity psychology shows that people value things more when access is limited, not artificially restricted, but naturally earned. And when I first realized that, it hit me. I'd been unknowingly devaluing myself with every cold message I sent. No wonder clients didn't treat me like the expert. I wasn't acting like one. This is why exclusive clubs with velvet ropes and membership requirements are more desirable than places that just let any random person walk in. Or why country clubs have waiting lists, even though there's plenty of open tea times. Or why people will camp outside of a store for a limited edition sneaker drop, but won't buy the exact same shoe just sitting on a shelf. It's also why the cool table in school was always full, even if nobody there was that interesting, and why people try harder to impress someone who's hard to impress. The product didn't change in any of these situations. The positioning changed. The context changed. And that's exactly what happens when you stop chasing and start controlling the watering hole. Here's how things used to go for me, and maybe you can relate to this. I'd spend hours researching prospects, crafting the perfect email, following up 3, 4, 5 times. And when I finally got someone on a call, I'd feel this pressure to try to convince them. Then the prospect would ask about price, and I'd feel my stomach just drop because I knew that if I said the real number, they'd probably just walk. It was exhausting, and honestly, it didn't work that well. All right, let's be painfully real for a second here. When I first started building my watering hole, my content was, it was bad, like genuinely bad. The videos were rough, the posts weren't really that valuable, but here's what mattered. I was doing it consistently and started working anyway. People found me, they reached out, and they hired me. And when I added video content, things exploded. Within a few years, I went from chasing prospects to having 5,000 people find me every single day, all organic, all free. And eventually, those companies I listed before, like Google and Amazon and Meta and Adobe and Canva and Logitech and Snapchat and so on, well, they became my clients. Not because I pitched them, but because they found me and they reached out. That's the power of controlling the watering hole. Imagine this for a second. You wake up and check your email, and instead of seeing a list of prospects that you need to follow up with that day, you see 5 new people who found your content. They've already watched your videos or read your posts or gone through your emails or listened to your podcast, and they're not asking, how much does this cost? They're asking, when can we start? That's what happens when you control the watering hole. First, you stop competing on price because they're not comparing you to 3 other vendors. They came to you specifically. Next, you attract better clients. Not tire kickers, not price shoppers, but people who genuinely respect your expertise and are ready to invest. And third, and probably most important of all, you get your time back because your watering hole works for you 24/7. And here's what most people don't realize. Your clients get better results too, because when someone seeks you out and pays premium prices, they show up differently. They're more committed, more engaged, and more likely to implement. That's why now I want to give you the exact framework that I used, the same one that took me from chasing cold prospects to generating thousands of inbound leads per day without spending $1 on ads. Unsurprisingly, I call it the watering hole method. 5 steps to go from chasing clients to attracting them. Think of it like building a resort around a natural spring or oasis. You don't go out hunting for guests, you create something so valuable that the right people travel to find you. That's the energy that this creates. Step 1, start with your nearby territory. Most people mistakenly start by messaging random strangers on the internet, thinking that that's the only option. But by doing so, they're skipping everyone who already knows them, and they go straight to the people who've got zero reason to trust them. So here's exactly what to say to your warm network. Hey, name, I just started helping type of business with specific result. Do you know anyone who might need that? That's it. No pitch, no pressure. Just a simple question. Step 2, build proof while you build your watering hole. Most people try to attract clients before they have any proof that they can actually deliver results. So to stick with our metaphor, they're basically building a watering hole with no water in it. That's why when you land those first few clients, over-deliver, then say this. Hey, client name, I'm so glad we got you specific result. Would you mind if I documented this as a case study? I'd love to share what we did together to help others in the same situation. Case studies, testimonials, before and afters. This is the water in your watering hole, the proof that what you offer actually works. Step 3, dig your watering hole. Create authority assets. Most people just post random content, motivational quotes, generic tips, whatever's trending right now. But that's not a watering hole. That's just random scattered puddles that dry up immediately. Your authority assets, on the other hand, are content that positions you as the expert and gives people a reason to come to you. I'm talking about real valuable insights that help your ideal client solve problems. The more specific, the better. Pick one channel, stay consistent, make it the place that people come when they need what you offer. But let me hop into my computer now and show you exactly what this looks like. Every piece of content I create drives back to this one page. It doesn't matter if it's YouTube or Instagram or LinkedIn or email. As of this recording, it all points here. And I'll keep doing it this way as long as it keeps working. Now, watch what happens when someone opts in. First, they get tagged based on where they came from. Then they enter this nurture sequence, and over the next few days, they automatically receive some of my best content. Now, some people sign up for a free trial immediately and get access to all of my courses and training and automations and that, and they get put on a path that gives them even more of my best stuff. Others, on the other hand, need a little more time to decide, so the system takes care of them automatically, as well as helping to guide them along a path in order to make the best decision for them. That's your watering hole working for you while you sleep. And look, you don't need to create any of this yourself. You can copy and paste my entire automations and scripts and templates and workflows and sales pages, everything, directly into your account. All you got to do is sign up for an extended free 30-day trial to the software I use called High Level, links in the description. Your authority assets could be LinkedIn posts breaking down your process, could be short form videos explaining common mistakes, could be email newsletters with tactical advice. The platform matters less than the value. You're not trying to go viral here. You're creating a resource that your ideal clients need and are going to benefit from. Step 4, build systems that deliver on your positioning. Most people position themselves as premium experts, but then they send sloppy follow-ups and disorganized onboarding campaigns, and that mismatch just kills trust instantly. Your watering hole is a promise, and your systems need to deliver on it. Let me show you exactly what this looks like inside of High Level for one of my agencies. When someone books a call, they immediately get a personalized confirmation, a calendar invite, and a pre-call questionnaire, and all of this happens automatically. That's not just good service, that's positioning, and it reinforces that they made the right choice, and hey, this person actually has their stuff together. Step 5, make the gradual transition. Most people either chase forever because they're scared to try something new, or they stop all outreach overnight and then they wonder why their revenue just completely tanks. Let me be clear, you don't stop chasing overnight. So here's the realistic timeline. Months 1 to 3, this is warm outreach plus creating content. You're chasing while building. Months 4 to 6, mix of outreach plus early inbound leads. Your watering hole is starting to work. Months 7 to 12, mostly inbound plus referrals. Your watering hole is now fully established. This is why it's important that I track exactly where each new lead comes from. That's how you know when you're ready to stop blind prospecting entirely. Now, before you go and build your watering hole, I need to give you 3 warnings because this strategy will backfire if you ignore these. Warning number 1, you have to actually be good at what you do. The watering hole exposes you. If your service is mediocre, word spreads fast. The strategy amplifies whatever you are, so you want to make sure that what you're amplifying is worth amplifying. The good news here is that thanks to the software and the tools that we now have available, most of the heavy lifting is done for you, as my favorite services to offer right now are largely AI powered, which means that my little army of robots does most of the work for me. Warning number 2, this is not an overnight fix. If you need revenue this week, the watering hole isn't your answer. This takes weeks to months to build. You got to be willing to chase while you build. And most people give up before the water really starts flowing. So remember the timeline. Months 1 to 3 are for warm outreach, plus you want to start creating content so that you're chasing while building. Warning number 3, most people won't do this. And honestly, that's fine. Because every person who keeps chasing makes the watering hole strategy that much more powerful for those of us who actually build it. After all, the more people out there trying to chase people down means less competition at the water. If you're not willing to be consistent for 3 to 6 to 12 months, this isn't for you. You can go back to cold calling and cold emails. No judgment. But if you do build it, here's what happens. You stop waking up stressed out about where your next client is coming from because they're finding you every day. You stop feeling like you've got to convince people because they're already convinced. They just want to know the next step. You stop competing on price because you're not one of 3 options. You control something that they need. You get your time back because your watering hole works 24/7. Yes, even while you sleep. And here's the best part. You don't just get better clients. You become a better version of yourself. Calm, in control, respected, no longer chasing, just choosing. Now look, the watering hole method is powerful, but here's what separates the pros from everyone else. The pros don't just use one positioning strategy. They stack multiple psychological principles together for compound effect. Once people arrive at your watering hole, you need to know how to flip the sales conversation, how to make them prove that they're a good fit for you instead of you trying to convince them. And there's one psychological trigger that completely changes the dynamic. It's called the Gatekeeper method, and it works so well, the first time I used it, honestly felt like I was cheating. I break down that exact framework in this video that I've got linked up right here. Fair warning though, when you stack this with the watering hole method, clients stop asking, how much does this cost? And start asking, what do I need to do to work with you? And if you want all of my automations and templates and workflows to build your watering hole, links in the description. So tap or click that video now and see you in there in just a second. Tastes like money.